Hello everyone, welcome into the video. This is going to be a pick a pile reading where I'm going to be doing a reading for what is your next spiritual quest going to be. Feel free to pause this video right now to choose your pile, as we have option 1, the Light Seers deck with rose scented incense, and then we have the Fantastical Creatures deck with the Musk scent incense, and then we have the AstroMatrix deck with the Seabreeze scented incense. So before I get into pile number 1, I wanted to add some extra clarification on what the theme of this reading is going to be about. I said earlier in the video that this theme is what your next spiritual quest is going to be. That could relate to anything in regards to what your next spiritual ability is going to be, or what maybe you will be helping someone with in terms of maybe relationship advice, or anything along the lines of that. So it could be just about anything when it comes to what you're going to be doing with your abilities or learning new abilities. So feel free to pause the video now and pick your deck. All right, pile number 1, let's begin your reading as we have the Light Seers deck, we have the rose scented incense, and as I was shuffling, Spirit was telling me that I should shuffle 8 times for this deck, so that could be relevant to the reading with the number 8, or it could be relevant with the infinity symbol, so take it as you will. So after shuffling the deck, I have received the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles also in reverse, the Three of Swords, and then the Judgment card. So with all these cards pulled, it seems like pile number 1, you have discovered that you are going down a path, or maybe you haven't discovered this yet. Maybe this reading will also enlighten you on this path, that you are going down a path of reinventing your heart space. Right now, your heart space has been broken, shattered. Your heart space is closed off at the moment. It is in a really unhealthy state, but this is the start of your next spiritual quest, where you are going to be, like I said, rediscovering your heart space. You're going to be restructuring your heart space. Once you figure out the pain and suffering that you're going through and eliminate that, heal from that, you will start to reform what it is to be you. You are going to find a way to come back from this. And it's going to be a breath of fresh air where you are going to be able to be who you want to be. With that being said, during this journey, you're going to be able to, figure out what makes you you, how you're going to be able to show that love the way that you want to show that love. In this moment in time, it is time to stop blaming others. It is time to stop looking towards other people and claiming that you are the victim. You need to cast your attention back to you and stop looking at other people. Stop looking for help from other people. You are the one that needs to help yourself. You need to find it within yourself to heal your own self and to rediscover what all is within your heart space, because you are what matters in this personal journey right now. You are what matters during the spiritual quest. You have got to figure out how you can heal your own self and stop looking towards other people. You have got to create a new foundation, as your foundation has been ripped from underneath you. You are at a weird spot right now in your life where you're really, really uncomfortable, it seems. And you have got to be able to prevail past this time in your life, because right now, this is building you up to your next spiritual ability. You're going to be able to foster these ideas and this healing process so you can help other people go through something similar or going through the same thing that you are. This is going to shine a light on what your truest ability is going to be able to be. This isn't just a coincidence. This is something that you have been casted upon to learn, so that way that you can use this as knowledge and reference points to other people that need to learn the same thing. You're going to be able to show love to the people that need it the most. You're going to be able to understand your fullest energy and understanding how you're supposed to put out the energy to other people as well while being safe. That is what matters the most right now, is being able to put out your energy in the safest way possible, because in the past you've not been able to do that properly, and this is something that you need to do in this current moment in time, is learn how to put out your energy in the most proper way and safe way possible. Getting through this journey right now is not going to be the easiest thing for you. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. But once you come out of it, you're going to learn so much more about yourself. It's not the end of the road for you. Right now, it is the beginning of something new. And that's how you're going to have to look at it. You're going to have to look at it as a new thing for you to say, okay, well, this is a moment in time where I can reinvent myself. And then you dig deep down inside of you and start looking at all your boundaries. Start looking at all the things that you did wrong in the past that allowed it to affect you, whether that's giving in to too many people at one time, or not setting parameters where you're not actually putting yourself first. You're actually listening and caring too much about what other people are saying or doing. So being able to lay down the ground law for you on what you need to do for yourself is going to be really, really important. Being able to put yourself first is going to be really, really important. Once the self-love starts coming in, you're going to be able to reverse this Ace of Cups back to the upright position. And once that heart is opening, you're going to be able to turn the Ace of Pentacles back into the upright version, to where you're going to have a good, steady root system that you can set your 2 feet on and be stable as possible. And once you're stable, you're going to be able to start walking forward. You're going to increase the momentum of your journey, and it's going to start skyrocketing, because things are going to start falling into place where you're going to be able to see people that need your help the most. You're going to be able to connect with their energy. You're going to be able to relate. You're going to be able to say, okay, I need to help this person understand that they are also not concerning themselves with their own boundaries and parameters when giving out their energy to other people. They're not putting themselves first. They're not showing themselves enough self-love that they need to. And these are all things that you're going to learn throughout this process and understand how you can do it and how you're going to be able to start exercising that and teaching that to other people. And that's going to be really important for you, because that's going to make you feel like you're at home. It's going to make you feel proud of yourself. It's going to make you feel like you have reached your true calling, because in all honesty, that is part of your calling, is being able to help people understand their heart space and understand how they can put their energy out there in a safe way possible, and understanding other people's energies when they are not sure if they're like a good person or a bad person, and being able to discern all those factors. So this is really, really awesome for you, Pile 1. For advice for this reading, I would suggest that you need to understand that you have got to look inwards towards yourself. You need to stop reflecting on the out layer of your story, because it's not about the other person that hurts you. It's not about the people who aren't paying you enough attention to help care for you. You have got to reflect inwards and start healing from within, so that way you can radiate out what you have learned. You have got to put yourself in the brightest light and put all the attention on yourself and not other people. So that way you can heal, and that way you can see all the damage that is within you that you can fix and move forward with something fresh and something new. So hopefully all that makes sense to you. Hopefully that resonates. It seems like you're going to be on a really, really deep connection with thyself, so that way you can help other people with similar problems in the future. It's going to be a very, very special quest for you, Pile number 1. And I'm so proud of you, because it's similar to my own journey. And that's what resonates with me the most, is that it's similar to my own journey. Thank you so much for coming to this reading, Pile number 1. Like I said, I hope that resonates. And if you want to stick around for the other piles, feel free to do so, as we're going to be moving over to Pile number 2. Hello, Pile number 2. You have chose the Fantastical Creatures deck and the Musk scented incense. The incense is already burning, and I have already shuffled the deck 6 times from the number that Spirit gave me. So the number 6 is going to be relevant to you, whether that's going to be angel numbers, or it might just be a number that you're deeply connected with. So 4 cards came out during this shuffling. We have the 3 of Cups in reverse, the 7 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Swords in reverse. So Spirit also has told me to pull out my other wand, my other dragon wand for this reading. It is the Obsidian Dragon Wand. It seems like you, pile number 2, are going through a darker time with your family. It seems as though there is friction within your family. There might be arguments, there might be loss of connection, and it seems like this is something that is going to be in your control. It seems that you are going to be the one that has to be assertive and to get the point across to your family that your family is going to have to overcome this. This is something that seems to be within your destiny. This seems like it was always meant to be this way. As bad as that sounds, that's just reality. It seems like this is either karmic debt or something like generational curses that you're going to have to dispel from your family. You're going to have to dig in deep. You're going to have to be the mediator in all this, because right now your family is not getting along. There might be different groups of your family that are kind of like clustering up together and sticking with one another, and then like talking bad about the other portion of the family, and that's just not right. There's no unity within your family. There's no deep connection. There's no deep love that needs to be there for your family connection. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to be kind of like the messenger. You're going to have to be the mediator. You're going to have to be the one that brings everyone together. You're going to have to be able to show everyone what exactly they are missing out on, what exactly that they are not seeing clearly. This is something that you're going to have to dig in deep, because it's going to be tough. It's not going to be the easiest of all challenges that you could potentially face. This is something that you're going to have to dig in deep. This is something you're going to have to realize that this is going to make you who you're going to be in the future. All of this is coming back around to you pretty quickly. There is no rush to get it done, but it seems like it's showing up in your face pretty rapidly and pretty often. This occurs a lot to show you that this is what you're supposed to be doing. There's so many signs that are pointing out to you right now that is calling you to do this. Moving is not going to be an option for you, pile number 2. Moving away from the situation is not going to help. It's only going to delay your journey. So you need to make sure that you put a lot of focus and a lot of energy within this. This is something that you need to get some clarity on. This is something that you need to get a resolution for. And this is something that you need to pay a lot of attention to. Moving away is not going to be an option. You're going to have to be assertive. You're going to have to be the one that, takes control. You're going to have to be the one that makes the change for your family. You are going to have to figure out all the trigger points that make your family disagree with one another, to not see eye to eye. You're going to have to be the one that understands all those energies and reduce the triggers that they face. Reduce the bad energy. Cleansing the energy within your family is going to be very important, which I think is the reason why the Obsidian Wand was told to be laid out here. You're going to have to absorb and disperse all those negative energies, clean up all the negative energies surrounding your family, and protection is going to be needed. You are not going to only want to protect yourself, but you're going to have to also protect the energies of your family and home. I do not believe that there's any curses related to your family, but it does seem like there is some sort of karmic debt or some sort of generational curses that your family is seeing, that your family is going through. Not everyone in your family is going to be able to see this clearly, and sometimes you're going to have to come to a conclusion that you're not going to be able to change every single member of your family. You're not going to be able to get everyone on the same page, and that is okay. But it is your job to find the ones that are meant to understand, that are meant to get closure from this. They are the ones that are really, really important. Do not feel guilty. Do not feel like you are trapped. Do not feel so invested to the ones that are not listening to you, because they're just not meant to. And that's okay. That is just part of their journey and part of their story. But for you, this is important mainly for you, that you're going to be able to get more closure and more happiness out of it with some of your family members coming together, if not all of them. For some of you, you might be able to get them to all cooperate. For the other half, you might only get a few members, but at least those few members are going to be really, really important for you moving forward with your own personal journey. This spiritual quest is going to be taxing. I know it is. It's going to be tough, but The most important thing to know is that you are the one for the job, that you have the capability and the strength to keep going, to keep digging. You have all the tools. And if you feel like you don't have all the tools, you're going to be learning the tools along the way. You're going to figure out that you have more tools in your repertoire than you actually realize that you have. You're going to be able to talk. You're going to be able to show emotion. You're going to be able to show agreements and disagreements, and showing the energy within the playing field that you're going to have to throw all these combinations together, and you're going to make peace with it. You're going to be able to shed light onto the situation and help the situation go from a reverse Three of Cups to an upright Three of Cups with happiness, joy, communication, love, connection. All those things are going to be really, really important for you moving forward. And that is what you need to focus on a lot within this next spiritual quest for you, is being able to assert your energy to show that your family needs to come together for y'all to move forward. And the ones that don't feel bad, don't feel guilty, like you are the one that has to make that change, because it is important that they know and understand, and you just let it rest on your part. Let it rest. Because they are going to continue to think about it. They're going to continue to dwell on it. It's not something that's going to leave their mind. They are going to continue to think about it. And hopefully later on down the line, it might be a few years from now. It might be decades from now. It might not even be in this lifetime. But at least they will make a change eventually for themselves personally. But at least the ones that you're going to be able to connect with are going to be able to make a change for themselves and the family right now, and bring your family closer together, which is what you're hoping for anyways. This is something that's been on your mind. Make a change. You are the one to make that change. Be assertive. Be assertive. That is the big key word for this reading right now, is being assertive and being able to make a change for your family and being that mediator. I believe in you 100%. Hopefully that resonates with you, and just know this is part of your spiritual journey. This is not something that you're supposed to ignore. This is something that you're supposed to connect with and learn from, and learn all these new abilities that come along with it. So thank you very much for listening to this reading, and we're going to move on to pile number 3. So if you want to stick around for that, or if not, thank you so much for listening. All right, pile number 3, the long awaited adieu. It is now your turn. If you skip to this point in the video, welcome in pile number 3. So it seems that the energy that I'm picking up on is a very youthful type of energy, a very young soul, a very young spirit. So that means that you have not really dabbled too much into spirituality in general. It means that you've not really connected with a lot of your abilities. Maybe you've connected with a few things, but you've not really been able to explore too much into who you truly are just yet. And that might not even come within this lifetime, and that is okay, because we have many lives to do this and find ourselves, right? So with that being said, pile number 3, you have chose the AstroMatrix deck. Very, very beautiful deck. And then you also chose the Seabreeze scented Incense, which, if you think about it, sea, is the ocean. So could that mean travel? I think so. In this theme of this reading, it seems like you'll be doing some adventuring, some traveling within your next spiritual journey, your next spiritual quest. So I shuffled the deck 4 times as requested by Spirit. So the number 4 might be something that you resonate with. That might be the number of lives that you've lived. I don't think all of you are young souls, but I think majority of you are. So if you resonate with this reading, that is okay. I'm not calling you out being a young soul. I'm just saying majority of the people for this reading is a young soul, and it might be the age of 4, or it could be an angel number to show confirmation for this reading. But I have drawn the 4 cards, ironically, already, for the Queen of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the Sun, which the reason why I'm flipping it horizontally like this is because Spirit told me I could read the Sun in reverse or in the upright position. So I'm going to read them for both. And then we have the Death card. So pile number 3, speaking to you heart to heart, it seems as though there is a lot of energy surrounding you right now that is kind of shoving you out the door. It is showcasing to you that all the resources that have been in your life up until this point have ran dry, and you are no longer capable of finding what suits you. You are no longer capable of finding what is happy for you or what makes you happy, which is the reason why the Sun card could be read in reverse. You're not finding your true happiness anymore around where you're at. Okay, you are also kind of stepping on glass, kind of stepping on pins and needles and things of that nature, being very, very tactful when you're doing things, and like keeping a close eye on like the energy that it surrounds you. The energy that surrounds you doesn't seem like it's very pure. So that is the reason why there's a lot of messages coming out to you saying that you might not belong where you're at right now. And that is okay. And there might actually be a heavy motherly like energy that might be giving you some advice as well, telling you these things. So this reading might actually give you some clarification and some confirmation that that motherly figure might be telling you the right thing to do. Even though that motherly figure might have some biasy towards her, as they might, want you to stay, but at the same time, they might be telling you, hey, it's time for you to go. Like, these are some things that I figured out in my life, and I just want to, kind of push this energy out to you to showcase that, like what you're thinking of doing is possible. What you're thinking of doing is probably part of your journey. Okay, so you need to find your happiness, which is the reason why the Sun card can be read in the upright position. You need to be able to find your happiness and find what makes you whole. You need to get rid of all of what you know life to be right now, where, like the everyday things, the routine things that you do on a daily basis is no longer suited for you. It's no longer making you happy. It's no longer serving your highest good and your true calling and your purpose. You need to be able to adventure. You need to be able to go out, spread your wings, go to different states, go to different countries, go to different providences. Like, you need to be able to explore new and greater things to see what really is your true calling, to see what really feels like home, to really see the world is what you need to do. Because you are a young soul, at least majority of you maybe, you are, and you need to understand what this world has to offer and what this world could potentially make you into. You are going to find true things. You're going to find things that you love. You're going to be able to find more pure energy and other destinations than where you're at right now. Because right now, the unpure energies that are around you are pretty bad influences. They're leading you down the wrong paths. You need to be able to take a step outwards, out the comfort zone that you reside in, and be able to figure out who you're supposed to be in this lifetime. It is okay that you are doing things for yourself. It is okay to be a little bit more self-centered. You need to be able to explore the world without any restrictions or without any guilt. Family will always be there, but family doesn't always have to be there with you to be able to explore these things. You will be able to make new friends. You'll be able to make new family, but it is within you to start looking for this, to start exploring, to start seeing the world for what it truly can be for you. This will allow you to create your life the way you want it to be. This will be the time where you can create your life the way it's meant to be. There's a lot of lessons along this path for you, and that's okay because there will be a lot of self-discovery. And just because you leave your residence doesn't mean that you're gone forever. Doesn't mean that the residence is gone forever. You will be able to come back when need be. So don't feel guilty on that part. But in this lifetime, you are going to have to explore and figure out new things for you. And along the way, you're going to start figuring out more spirituality things. You're going to start figuring out more cultures that you didn't even know existed, that you didn't even know that you could experience in a different light than you would if you were like looking it up on Google or looking it up on, TV or anything of those resources. So you're going to be able to experience these new things and these new feelings, and you're going to start to see what calls to you. And whenever that calling comes, you need to listen. You need to see what they're going to teach you. What spiritual things are they going to teach you? What new ideas they're going to be able to show you? And you're going to learn so much more about yourself along within this process and where you could potentially go in the future. It is definitely going to be eye-opening, and I'm so excited for you that you're going to be taking this new adventure. And it doesn't have to be right now. I'm just going to put this out there. It doesn't have to be right now. It could potentially be later on down the road. It could potentially be 10 years from now. But at some point, this is calling you. At some point, this is what you need to do for yourself. So hopefully that resonates with you, pile number 3. Thank you so much for listening. And for all the other piles, I would also like to say, to close this video out, that I do readings on Twitch. So if anybody wants to come by and get a free reading on Twitch, feel free to do so. The link is down in the description. And I also do private readings, and you can book with me to do a one-on-one private reading through Discord, as my Discord link is also in the description if you want to connect that way. I do have a little channel on my Discord page where you can see my pricings and everything like that. So feel free to come on by and book a private reading with me. But like I said, I hope all these readings resonate with the right people. And thank you so much for listening. And I hope you have an amazing, fabulous day. Take care, and you are loved.